Hello, I'm Jesse Palmer, and this is Recipe to Riches, where one Canadian home cook will win $250,000.
This is humongous.
Our judges, celebrity chef and cookbook author, Laura Calder.
It's completely unique. I've never had anything like it.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? I'm so excited.
Marketing guru, Tony Chapman.
I don't think somebody's gonna buy fish in a bucket.
And product development expert, Dana McCauley.
I think we have some challenges turning this into a product.
It was really hard to hear.
Our judges go coast to coast, searching for the very best in 7 different food categories.
I hope it wins.
Each week, finalists compete in one category to prove their products are ready for market.
You're going for a serious prize.
It's hot.
Now it's time to get serious.
That was a disaster.
Then, with the help of Galen Weston, executive chairman of Loblaw, Canada's largest grocery chain,
This was an extremely difficult decision.
a winner is declared. Each weekly winner takes home $25,000
Oh, I can't bear it. It's too much.
and sees their recipe join the prestigious President's Choice line on store shelves across the country.
Hip, hip, hooray!
Then it's your turn, Canada.
I want you to all try the bacon Stampeder.
On the final showdown, your vote will determine the winner of our $250,000 grand prize,
It actually smells like $250,000.
sending one Canadian home cook from recipe to riches. Tonight's category is savory pies. Well, you all sampled a wide variety of savory pies on your cross-Canada search. Let's take a look. The call went out to Canada's home cooks, and hundreds answered with flavory, savory pies.
It's my heavenly halibut.
That's my crepe terrine.
I cooked and ate that all week to make sure I got it down pat.
But only a select few received the coveted golden recipe card.
The taste talks for itself. I brought you today's stacker.
It's made from scratch.
It's delicious, but it's pizza.
I made autumn shepherd's pie for you.
Basically a revamped shepherd's pie.
Another shepherd's pie.
It may look like the average shepherd's pie.
I'm so sorry I'm gonna be the buzzkill.
Turkey shepherd's pie.
Stick a fork in my eye. We don't need another shepherd's pie.
I might stick a fork in your eye, you know.
Today I made a hazelnut stew with a sweet potato bannock on the top. I used all the traditional foods that we would have used as Coast Salish peoples.
I love the taste of this mixture underneath. Super healthy tasting and great.
I think both pieces are excellent.
It makes me want to discover more.
I'm inspired. I want to learn more about your cooking.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
I've created Easy Weekend Pie, a brunch dish.
How do you feel about the name brunch pie?
I like Easy Weekend Pie.
Hi, come on in. You know you have a balloon on your head.
I noticed that. I'm 4'10", but all of a sudden I'm hitting ceilings. My name is Tika Smiley, and I've created my tiki pies. I've been vegetarian for over 20 years now, so I have created a version of a typically comforting pot pie, but this one happens to be vegan. It doesn't have any cholesterol, doesn't have any saturated fat.
It's tasty. When I think about what else is out there, this is a lot more substantial.
Tiki pie? I don't like the name, but...
I like the person and I like the taste. For me, it's a yes.
Okay, is that a yes?
She's nothing.
Thank you very much.
I brought my no beef pie because no one's going to have a problem with it.
What?
no
So
beef.
clever.
So you didn't make this crust?
Yes, I did.
Good boy.
Oh, nice.
What's in the sauce?
Barbecue sauce,
That's
soy
what it
sauce, and
Don't like the
Worcestershire
barbecue sauce.
When I hear out of Africa pot pie, I'm thinking there's a giraffe in here or a lion.
Hello there.
Hey, I bought you a Jamaican-inspired stuffed dumpling.
They're deep fried?
They are fried.
Well, I'll commend you. I can't tell.
The secret of frying these things, you gotta use a light oil.
You're captivating. I'm right at the edge of my seat, following every word.
Thank you, thank you.
You
Thank
got a really good recipe. You got a great vibe. Here's your card, man. Good luck to you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, we get kisses.
Oh my God.
Won't let him go.
In the end, the judges narrowed the field of savory pies down to only 3. Our Savoury Pie finalists are Melanie Gleason-Lyle and her Bannock Hazelnut Pie, Wayne Reed and his Saltfish and Aki Pie, Tika Smiley and her Vegan Pot Pie.
Welcome.
Hi, nice to see you guys again.
So, Laura, what sort of things did you see in Melanie, Wayne, and Tika?
Melanie, yours was completely original. The ingredients list is stuff I've seen a million times, but somehow put together, it was completely unique.
You gave me a chance to sit at a table at a culture I don't know enough about, and I just can't wait to hear more of that story.
Wayne, I was so delighted to bite into your pockety pie and to have there be this fresh, delicate flavored fish instead of this greasy, heavy meat. So good on you.
You took a product that unfortunately is being dumbed down to bulk food at a convenience store and dialed it back up with fish and the pastry, and I fell in love with it again.
And Tika, you made tofu tasty. That's no mean feat.
Your sauce had a really nice depth of flavor, and that you did that with vegan ingredients was really intriguing.
It's gonna be a very tough competition.
Let's get to know Melanie, Wayne, and Tika.
Pull up your wet son, lift up your wet son. Nobody make you mother, and your father yet regret son.
I came from Jamaica around age 11. It was that era where some of the great artists from Jamaica was just doing their stuff. I started recording around 14. Then it's still going till now. My second passion is cooking.
Good flour dumpling.
I love throwing out for the family and the kids. I love inviting my friends over just for them to try something new.
Getting real hot in here now, but it smells really yummy, man. Okay, let's dig in, guys.
And now, just to know that I may have a chance to make millions taste my spices and flavors of the Caribbean. Oh, it's tremendously amazing. $250,000. It would really rock my world.
All the bills will be paid. Oh, my Lord. Yes, it would.
I am a professional entertainer. Hi, everybody! We're gonna stretch and get in tune with our magical abilities. I love what I do because I'm always with people that are celebrating. Locally, I'm involved with the Toronto Vegetarian Association. Being vegetarian, I'm always experimenting with new recipes and new combinations. My pies are a vegan pot pie. I use a non-dairy bechamel, marinated sauteed tofu, and it's all baked together in a delicious partially whole wheat crust. Did I mention the delicious? $250,000 would open up a lot of doors. I thought of opening a restaurant or a little cafe. So that's something I would think about too with a bit more money.
Melanie Gleason-Lyle is a First Nations woman from Coast Salish Territory. I was adopted by a single mom. She took me in at 10 days, and she fostered me right until I was 15. She just encouraged me to find my Coast Salish heritage. She said, you come from a rich culture, and it's important for you to meet your family.
This is your grand uncle. You're connected to this man.
And they've embraced me. First off, as soon as we know that we're family, they've embraced me here. If I won $250,000, I'd open a small business, I think, and do something with food sustainability, and then be able to hire people from the reserve to come and learn. I think it's important to be a teacher, to be able to do that as well.
Tonight, one of those three finalists will walk away with $25,000, and their Savoury Pie will become a President's Choice product this weekend. We'll be right back. The call went out to Canada's home cooks. and hundreds answered with flavory, savory pies.
Stick a fork in my eye. We don't need another shepherd's pie. Okay.
The judges narrowed the field down to the top 3. Our savory pie finalists are Melanie Gleason-Lyle and her Bannock hazelnut pie, Wayne Reed and his saltfish and ackee pie, Tika Smiley and her vegan pot pie. Clearly, you all make amazing savory pies. But here's the thing. One of you will be sharing your savory pie with the whole country. That's a lot of pie. So it's time for your batch-up challenge. Make 200 servings of your savory pie and make sure that each and every portion is just as good, if not better, than the one that got you here. Lucky for you, you won't be alone. Let's bring out your product development mentors. Jason Rosso, Maggie McEwen, and David Burnett.
Awesome.
Now, these guys are the pros, and they can help and advise you in the commercial kitchen. But they can't cook for you. So don't forget, this is your recipe, because after this challenge, one of your Recipe to Riches journeys will be over. Good luck, and off you go. Melanie, Wayne, and Tika have just 6 hours to finish their batches.
It's amazing being in that kitchen. There's just so much energy. There are people buzzing around everywhere.
All right, Wayne, tell me about this.
These are called ackee and sawfish yummies. It's full with a lot of spices and seasoning, and oh my gosh, it's just yummy. Ackee is a Jamaican national dish, of course, and codfish come from Newfoundland. Ackee is between a fruit and a vegetable. It grew on a tree. It looked like the yellow color of egg, and it used as a substitute for eggs. Great flavor, right?
I have a Salish and Savoury Pie.
I noticed in your recipe, the hazelnuts don't have any skins. How do you recommend that we treat this?
All right, Tia, let's try the tiki pie.
Okay, enjoy, please.
I can taste that little hit of sweetness with the maple that you brush on top. Notice that you freeze the flour.
Yes.
Why?
It helps kind of tenderize the dough a bit. We did a strictly white flour, it would be a little lighter, but I like the nutritional content of the whole wheat.
As long as you can make it taste good.
Everything we're cutting all has to be about the same size. I want it about ½ an inch square. We need to start with getting the vegetables prepped. 25 cups of butternut squash. They also need 25 cups of carrots and 37 cups of yams. So a lot of peeling and then a lot of chopping.
So if they're too big for the spoon, they really are inappropriate for the dish. She showed everybody what to do in terms of their cuts. For the first time, I'm not looking around and seeing somebody has a different size carrot to a sweet potato. So I'm very pleased.
Way to go, guys. It looks really good.
I've got Kendra on carrots, Matt's on onions.
Waving that knife around like a mad woman.
Exactly, you've got to get respect somehow. Perfect. It's really important in my recipe for all of the ingredients to be diced at the same size. Yeah, definitely no bigger than those. After about 15 minutes of diligent chopping, I look to the pots and I see that things are changing in shape.
That's not acceptable, right?
I'd say my goal is a bit more of a square. I'm getting some triangles, I'm getting some rectangles, I'm getting shapes that aren't the little bitty squares that I wanted.
We're still early. If it's not the way you want it, now you have to voice.
Okay.
It's not fun time, right?
Yeah.
Now it's competition time.
I would like them in a square dice. Typically, I'll try and just go with the flow, but in a case like this, I can't do that. So I had to put on that attitude and put forward, and they had to redo all the potatoes. We're gonna have to start again. Thank you.
The quickest way to get the skins off is to put them into a pot of hot water with baking soda.
Can I ask, why don't you just pour the whole damn thing in?
Yeah, we can. Ready? Yay!
This is quite a science experiment.
Come on, babies, let's go.
Just a little bit more. Pull it apart and just check to see that there's no bones while you're doing that, right? Maybe a little touch, because we don't want it too tight, but we don't want it too loose either.
Just be careful what you add. Slowly, slowly, because once we put it in, we can't take it out. We can always add more, right?
The most challenging part for the day was the dough.
Beautiful.
Because sometimes your dough can come out a bit hard, so when you roll it up and you fry it, it's tough. Or sometimes your dough can come out too soft, and we call it spoiled dough.
A little bit of flex and then it rips, which is perfect.
Okay, so this
which
is
means
good.
we got a beautiful
okay,
dough.
so
let's do our filling.
Yes, our fillings.
I need those 75 cups of whole wheat flour, and then I need that 37.5 cups of white flour measured out. Whole wheat is a wonderfully wholesome, nutritious food. It has a downside. Sweet spot. You've got to have the exact scientific measure of water, ratio to oil, ratio to flour, and it's all got to come together.
1, 2, 3.
So in a recipe like this, where you're dealing with a lot of whole wheat flour, you never really know exactly how much water you've got to add.
What do you think?
I'm thinking we might need a touch more water in there. We're getting it right. It just takes a bit of tinkering and a bit of mixing, a whole lot of mixing.
Okay, let's get it back on. Get a bit more water in there.
The hazelnuts, all the skins didn't come off. The pot's boiled over. It's all over the stove. Get out of my way! It's all good. The hazelnuts were the bane of my existence.
The clock is ticking, and no matter how well they do today, after this batch-up challenge, someone will be going home.
Hazelnuts were the biggest challenge of the day, and that was the main product for this dish. All the skins didn't come off. People were scrubbing them off with towels. A lot of hands had to get into this.
This is definitely the critical part. If this comes out too dry, it's just gonna make the whole pie, the whole crust really dry, right?
Yeah. Our first batch of dough became a test batch. It was one that we could feel. Oh yes, this is what too dry flour feels like. Still a touch dry, like it's definitely better. All right, yeah, let's give that a try.
Because we're using whole wheat pastry flour, we have to be exceptionally careful about it being in the mixer. If we overmix it, it can become very tough, very chewy.
Okay, stop the mixer, please.
They were grooving, man, grooving and grooving and grooving.
The dough's coming out well. That was my big concern. We have a nice dough here, but we don't know how it's going to fry. We still need to roll these things out. We still need to cut them. We still need to fill them. We still need to bake one of these things. 6 on the 8, 100. So 115?
Good.
All right, let's go. 85 more.
I'm a bit nervous if I'm gonna pull this off and make 200 of my yummy dumplings.
Chopped hazelnuts, wow.
What?
Oh, cheesy weezy.
Not as easy mixing the big batches, is it?
Each one lovingly placed by hand.
Hot!
This is all ackee we have?
Yeah, so we got to make do with it anyway. So.
It's okay. Ackee to itself, when you boil it, it's like bland. It's nothing. Scald off the ackee, right? Scald off the ackee.
Scald off the ackee.
Right, but when you put the onion, tomato, garlic, thyme, scallion, and you put everything and you rub and dub it in it and the codfish, then it absorbs all the flavors of what you put in, and then it becomes something blessed.
Assembly line, okay?
Yeah.
Get this up, get it on there. Get the tables clean.
Butter glaze. But these are looking beautiful.
Perfect, perfect.
Beautiful.
Delicious.
All right, the rest is mine. That's good.
Welcome back, competitors, product development mentors. We'll start with Melanie, her mentor Maggie, and Melanie's Bannock pies.
I think they look quite consistent. I like your hazelnuts on top. It's very flavorful. It's quite an amazing thing. I mean, it's completely unique. I've never had anything like it.
Have you ever made this many before?
No, I've never made it in an individual portion.
I am finding the bannock a little metallic tasting. I'm getting a sort of a baking soda hangover from it.
Okay, judges, next up we have Wayne, his mentor Jason, and Wayne's pies.
How did it go?
was great. It was the challenge to me of the century. My flavors came together perfectly with the ackee and sawfish and seasoning. My only concern was getting the dough just perfectly.
That's my concern too, the dough. They're very dark, and this outside edge, I'm not quite sure what happened, but you can barely get your teeth through it.
This is the exact size that the target audience want. A guy can start putting one down. I'm just going to have one. I'm going to have two, microwave two more. Next thing you know, you've got 6 of these down, and you can dip them. We could really reinvent this category, and it needs reinvention.
And finally, we have Tika, her mentor David, and Tika's Tiki Pies.
So tell us about your day.
It was actually a lot smoother than I initially anticipated.
Holy cow! Your crust is quite hard to get through.
We had a couple hiccups. The first batch of dough that we made, it came out a little bit dry.
Drier than this.
Yeah. And when you're using the whole wheat flour, it's definitely one of the stronger flours.
When I do it at home, I do it with a biscuit topping.
What made you change?
I was going for the aesthetic value.
But I mean, look, it tastes good. It's tasty, and if you're going to eat tofu, it's very good.
This is going to be a very difficult deliberation.
It's now time for you and your mentors to leave so that our judges can deliberate. When you come back, one of your Recipe to Riches journeys will be over. Please step outside. All right, judges, what do you think?
I think that Melanie improved. She had, to me, the most attractive pie and most successfully executed.
You could eat a whole one of these things and feel that you didn't eat a loaf of bread?
People eat muffins this big for breakfast. I mean, this is much better than that.
The other two both have some technical problems. Wayne's are pretty easy, I think, to solve.
Did you like the fish filling?
I wanted more filling. When you read that nutrition facts panel and it's mostly carbohydrate, there's an element of shopper who will turn away from that when it's a meal.
This is a chance to take this category and trade the consumer up away from what is a cheap convenience store gut fill.
I think the Tika pies are very attractive from a distance, and it certainly was a very flavorful base.
She's really made a satisfying sauce and a satisfying tofu experience. The top, not so successful.
I think she did a stellar job at presenting a pie that gave me the substance of meat, but didn't deliver what some people view to be the inefficiencies in meat.
Yeah.
All right, judges, have you made a decision?
I have.
Yeah.
As of right now, all 3 of you are still in the running for tonight's prize of $25,000. Distribution as a President's Choice product available on grocery store shelves this weekend, and a shot at the grand prize of $250,000. However, one of your Recipe to Riches journeys is about to end. Let's find out who after the break. Our judges went coast to coast looking for Canada's best recipes. 3 emerged as the most flavorful savory pies. But that group of 3 is about to become 2. Judges?
Unfortunately, it's fallen down to me to announce which one of you will be going home. Rest assured, it wasn't an easy decision. We were all very impressed with all 3 of these products. But Tika, you went for aesthetics over taste. Your Recipe to Riches journey has come to an end. Sorry.
Thank you so much for your consideration and all your incredible advice.
Tika, you made one of Canada's top 3 savory pies. You should be very proud of that accomplishment.
Thank you.
Congratulations for making it this far.
Thank you very much. In retrospect, I'd say I should have stuck with my original biscuit topping, and I'm sorry that I didn't present it the best way that I could have, and I'm kicking myself for that now, because I really think that I had a contender.
All right, Melanie and Wayne, it's time now to introduce your savory pies to Canada. You're going to brainstorm with 2 of the best creative teams in the country to help bring your savory pie to market with a splash.
Wow. I'm very nervous because it's not something I do all the time, to go out there and market a product.
Now, with their help, you're gonna have to consider product name, its presentation, but you'll also have to stage a public event that will prove that your savory pie is commercially viable. In other words, you have to prove people want it. So make sure you come back with tangible results. Here are their addresses. You have just 24 hours starting now.
I long to represent the First Nations culture well, and also this product.
Good luck and off you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck, you guys.
Have fun.
Good luck.
Hello. How are you?
Walking into the boardroom of the marketing company, and it was very honoring to be there, and that they embraced who I am and embraced my product.
So Wayne, what do we have here? Tell us what you got.
Right here, we have a ackee and sawfish stuffed yummy dumpling.
If we say ackee, most people probably won't know what that is. Ackee
Right.
fruit, salted codfish.
Right. So
what do we call this thing?
I was thinking Jamaican grab and run, grab and yam.
Grab and yam.
Yeah, grab and yam. Okay, grab is like you grab something up.
We got that part.
And the yam, well, the yamming is eating.
Grab
yeah,
and yam.
because in Jamaica we say,
taking and eating.
you're yamming the food so fast, so slow down before you choke. They also decided that, you know, they're gonna name it a fish pie, and I didn't like that name, because it's not really a fish pie. Fish is included in it. Because maybe they're walking by and he said, come try me fish pie. And the people them say, fish pie? You know?
How are we going to market this? What are we calling this?
I was calling it Salishan Savoury Pie. Salishan is the Coast Salish, where our tribal nation is called.
Okay. I think your point of difference is the word bannock, of course. It's an interesting word. Could
Bannock
it be a
is a-
savory bannock pie?
Yeah,
or is
savory
that...
bannock pie would work great, and
Sa-
savory bannock pie was what evolved, and I think it's phenomenal, and it really does say that it's a First Nations product. I love the colors here. I love that this represents the sacred circle.
I love that tagline, from my tribe to yours, because I really wanted to share what my family has taught me how to make and share it with all of you.
So in less than 24 hours, we're here to help you put together an event where you're going to be sampling these products, right?
Of course.
So what
It's like
is Jamaica to you?
Sunshine.
Sunshine,
beach,
so warm,
palm
beach.
tree. So we come up with this great idea about some ska music. And that old vibes, the Jamaican vibe, the love, the togetherness of people. And also, I'll be there, and if there's a microphone there, then you're definitely going to be hearing Wayne's mouth. Come on, try some of my dumpling over here and dance to some of this great music. Yeah.
Okay.
So we have some great contacts at the Native Canadian Centre. They have incredible resources, art, drummers, dancers, music.
I'm going to create a powwow where people will be introduced not only to a new food product, but also to our cultural heritage in song and dance.
That's absolutely gorgeous. That's a lot of work.
Hey, free party on the corner tomorrow. Free party. Free food, free everything. It's gonna be a lot of fun. What's more greater than that, eh? Fun stuff. Great, great.
Boy, I'm so excited and so joyful and happy about this event tomorrow that I can't wait. I don't even know if I'm going to sleep tonight. And I want to pray tonight that I achieve this goal and come back in front of the judges with my thumbs up.
Come and do some rubber-dubber and some dancing with us tomorrow, okay? Woo! Yeah!
The sacred drum speaks to my heart. I was raised in a non-Native family. I'm re-engaging with who I am as a First Nations person. And it brings everything into full circle every time I hear the drum.
And so I'm honored that you will join with me on my journey and bring healing to me in this time.
The thought of winning this competition means a lot more now. It's not just for me. It's for the people that would join me in presenting the First Nations culture, the dancers and the drummers.
Hi, Joe. Thank you.
Two delicious savory pies, but only one can win. Wayne stages a Jamaican carnival to attract customers to his saltfish and ackee combo.
We moved us to a place somewhere where it's not so windy. Yeah, where it's not going to be windy.
Meanwhile, instead of customers for Urbanic Pie, Melanie's downtown powwow attracts gale force winds.
Windy! We have a tree down.
Trees are falling down, the wind's howling. I only have a certain amount of time to get this going.
I don't want to block
and get it started so I can start serving the food. And it's a struggle.
Woo! We don't have any time. We got to get this rolling.
I think it must be my grass dancer. His name is Thunder, so he brought the wind with him.
Pull tighter, see if it can raise up, okay?
My competitor and me, we both have something that we brought from our home, from our people.
I'm gonna be dancing and, you know, grooving up and all kind of things.
Canada is such a multicultural place. So having two cultures here battling now for the best taste is wonderful for Canada as a great country.
4 minutes counting into showtime.
People are hearing the drums, the heartbeat of the creator, and they're intrigued. I'm aware that the judges have arrived and get a little nervous, but also realize that there's some more people wanting to have a taste of my savory Bannock pie.
Would you like to try one?
Sure. Is it good?
You like it?
That's good.
Did you try it already?
Yes.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm thankful that they had good comments.
Thank you. That's wonderful. Really good product. Thank you. That's wonderful.
I'm thankful that they're interested in where it comes from, that they want to know where they can buy it. I hope it'll be on the shelf soon.
Jam, 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 jam. Come now. Jam, 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 jam. Come now.
The music, the people surrounding was great.
Come on in, come on in, come on in.
Them grab, them yam, them want yam more.
Give everyone a pie. There more gonna come around.
I mean, like, those pies went... I see people running down the road with my pies. I'm like, hey, stop for a minute there. I need to hear what you say. What do you think about the pie?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah? You like the fillings?
Yeah.
Good. Is it something you would buy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
For sure.
Oh, this is good. This is good. Thank you very much. I am overwhelmed. I am happy because there was no negativity, and these were students. Kids sometimes, they're not like nothing. They don't care who and what, when, where, or whatever.
I only had one.
You only had more. You only had one?
I wanted more.
Oh, my God. Where is Mr. Pie Man?
Thank you, everyone, for being a part of my journey.
Today's the day I actually learned how to fly and going outside of my own comfort zone. I shall soon go back in front of the judges. I know it's up to them, but I think I'm gonna win. This is mine, totally mine.
Thank you again from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of my heart.
What I set out to do and accomplish, I did all that. We pulled it off 101%.
Hip, hip! Hooray!
How are you both feeling?
Nervous.
One of you is about to win tonight's prize of $25,000, distribution as a President's Choice product this weekend. But not only that, because whoever wins here tonight instantly becomes one of 7 finalists competing for the grand prize of $250,000. It's a huge choice, which is why we've added another chair to our judges' table.
Didn't even see that.
It's time to meet the 4th judge on our panel, the man in charge of Canada's largest food retailer and the home of Canada's best-selling food brand, President's Choice. Loblaw's executive chairman, Galen Weston.
Hello, Melanie.
Hello.
Hello, Wayne.
Hey, hello, how are you?
I'm good. Hi, Jesse. Judges.
Hello there.
So, you guys had a good time today?
Yes.
Wonderful.
You did?
It was great. Yeah.
Well, good. It's great to see you both. I've actually tried both of your products, and I can tell you, I thought they were superb. Both different. Both very different. Now, having a unique product is the right place to start, but it's also about marketing. How do you get your product to stand out? And I know that both of you have been paired up with some marketing experts, and it'd be great to get some feedback from both of you on exactly how that went. Melanie, maybe we can start with you.
I have a savory bannock pie, and bannock is a traditional bread product all across Canada. And I also used a hazelnut stew. And hazelnuts grow wild all across Canada, and they were actually used as a trade item. I would love to see my savory bannock pie on the shelves, especially at Thanksgiving, from our tribal nation to your tribal nation. I think it's edifying to both cultures, so I think it's perfect timing for it.
Right. Well, we find more and more there's an interest in Canadian homegrown products. Is one of the reasons why we're, here.
I know what you're trying to do, and I congratulate for it.
Thank you.
But as a marketer, I've got to say, is there a market for that?
Melanie, definitely the spectacle of what was going on. The costumes were so fantastic. I just wish it had been warmer so I could have stayed longer. I was freezing.
I loved that I was seeing really little children trying it and people actually coming and stopping. They were really going over there and getting it. So I thought that was great. It's wonderful.
And Wayne, what about you?
The name we came up with was a grab and yam. It's like, you're grabbing the basket, take it out.
Grab and
yam.
Wait, grab and yum.
Yeah,
Grab and yum.
right. And knowing that the product is a Jamaican national dish, just to know that I could represent the country and the culture that's been here in Canada for quite a while and bring it to the forefront. I was proud. I was proud to represent the flag.
Just grab and yum. You're not telling them it's fish. You're not telling them it's a pie. Just grab and yum.
Well, I would be grab and yum pie.
Why didn't you drive harder on the whole concept of the Jamaican fish pie?
When I heard fish pie earlier on, I was going, fish pie, ew. So when we came up with the word grab and yam, it was interesting, the whole word.
You are so obviously a performer. You were beaming. You were having so much fun. And that just made your event so welcoming. And I'm not surprised you went through your pies like that.
And I could see the pies were flying off, but students don't have the most discriminating palates on the planet, so you picked a good place.
So, Melanie,
Yes.
what were the tangible results of that survey?
96% enjoyed the product, 91% said they would buy it.
And Wayne, in your case, tangible results, what did the customers tell you on their surveys?
About 96% says that they enjoyed the product. 81% said that they would buy it.
Okay.
I'm really surprised by your scores. I expected your scores to be much, much lower because these are both very unfamiliar items. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys should be very proud of what you've done over the last couple of days. It's going to be a very tough decision today.
Thank you.
Our judges must now decide which of you is tonight's winner. Let's find out who after the break. Our judges are about to decide whether Melanie or Wayne will leave here tonight with $25,000. Whether Melanie's savory bannock pies or Wayne's grab and yum Jamaican pies will become a prestigious President's Choice product on grocery store shelves across the country this weekend. And finally, whether Melanie or Wayne will still be in the running for our grand prize of $250,000. It's now time for our judges to deliberate. Please step outside. All right, guys, what do you think?
I think with Melanie, we have possibly of the whole competition, the only truly original recipe.
The vegetarian potential of the Savoury Bannock pie must not be underestimated because we are looking for alternatives. Everybody all the time is looking for an alternative that is flavorful, that is interesting.
Her bannock pie is very appealing for dinner parties. Even though I'm not confident enough to make a First Nations recipe myself, I can buy something and say to them, this is our heritage, this is our roots.
Neither one of you are the mass market. You have dinner parties, you entertain. You're not the mass market, and that's one of the things we need to focus on.
Just because it's not something that you eat in a snack pack in your car doesn't mean there isn't a great place for it in a supermarket. And to bring something different, to bring something with some Canadian heritage has an enormous amount of romantic appeal. When it comes to the fish patty, I was disappointed to hear that fish pie was taken out of the name. Because actually, I think a fish pie is a great story, and I don't buy that the fish turns people off in any way.
I love Wayne's fish filling. I love that salt cod taste, but I can see, you know, at a cocktail party or something, putting those out.
The vast majority of eating occasions don't happen in a dinner party anymore, or a dinner table.
Only
they happen on the road, they happen after school. You're eating at 5, I'm eating at 7. The fish patties is a phenomenal solution for those families looking at what am I going to feed that individual at that moment in time.
Fish that's been pre-cooked is so much more popular for a whole customer segment. So I think there's potential there without question.
All right, judges, have you made a decision?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think we have.
Melanie, Wayne, this is it. Judges?
Melanie, your recipe is a true original and truly Canadian, and I love that about it. Wayne, I didn't say this before, but salt cod is actually one of my favorite flavors, and there's not enough of it in this country, and you made it very accessible.
I love how much you love your cultures and how you want to use original recipes as your vessel for sharing that culture with all of Canada.
Thank you.
They totally are innovative and brought a freshness to a category that I thought was really very stale and boring.
Thank you.
I am tortured having to make a decision. Your products, your personalities, the opportunity for us to bring something new and interesting and exciting to Canadians is just enormous. It is a competition, and so there has to be one winner. Melanie. Wayne. After taking everything into account, I do believe we've made the right decision. Melanie, you are this week's winner of Recipe to Riches. Wayne, you did so well, and I'm so sorry to tell you that your journey on Recipe to Riches is over.
I feel disappointed that I didn't win, but I feel good. And I'm gonna hold my head up, and I'm gonna go home smiling, and everyone is gonna be happy for me.
Thank you. I'm honored. I'm honored to represent my people. And thank you for choosing my recipe. Thank you.
I'm so thrilled. It's a phenomenal experience, and it's even better to actually be the winner of this whole category. I won it not just for me, for everybody, for all the First Nations people. So I'm thrilled to be able to share this product, Savoury Bannock Pie, with everyone.
Melanie has just won $25,000 and a spot in our Recipe to Riches finals. Her Savoury Bannock Pies will be available in grocery stores across Canada this weekend. And as one of our 7 finalists, she also has a shot at the grand prize of $250,000. That's where you come in, Canada. Once we've chosen our 7 winning recipes, you'll get to vote for the best of the best. And in the end, send one Canadian home cook from Recipe to Riches. Will it be Melanie? We'll have to wait and see. Good night.